When I first said to social services, I will take Ronnie, do not have him adopted, I will take him, I went home and I just felt overwhelmed.
It was a shock, really, when my mum died. She just wasn't feeling very well, and then we called an ambulance, and I stayed at home with my sister, and then about 10 minutes later the police turned up to say that she died. So, my sister, was only 4, so it was kind of difficult to explain to her that Mum wasn't coming home, so it was hard.
My sister told me that I was a special person, so I used to tell everyone that I was special and that I could do everything that a normal person can do. It's just with my mother being my sister.
We were the last chance, basically. We were told that if we didn't decide to take them, then this was on the Tuesday, then by the Thursday they'd been moved to foster carers.
It became more long-term after a year or so, because I felt maybe that my daughter would want to, make changes in her life that would enable her to become Rochelle's full-time carer again. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be.
My mum died when I was 9, and my grandma had to look after me because of that.
She was told by social services, if she turned around her life, 15 months, 18 months along the line, then, we could be ready to take her back. As it happened, she didn't, not for many, many years. And we were told that with drugs, if they are coming through it would be about 10 years.
Who was there to help me and for me to talk these things through? Nobody. Absolutely nobody.
In a lot of ways, social services were not a positive part of our lives. They have created as many problems as they solve for us.
Very few people understood how difficult it could be stepping into the natural parent's role. All these rights and sort of responsibilities are all enshrined in a birth certificate, the natural process, Once you start caring for someone that's not your own natural child, it's a completely, you're outside the system.
All of a sudden I have a 4-year-old. It was a big responsibility. My mind was not on children. I was ready for uni and to have a career and everything, and all of a sudden I have a 4-year-old, but you just have to kind of deal with it. I did get really, really low, but I tried to hide it as much as I could from my sister, at least, so she didn't think there was anything wrong.
People, once they know you've got children, they kind of write you off. You don't get invited anywhere because they know that you haven't got someone at home to pick up your domestic responsibilities. So it's a very, being a lone parent is very isolating.
You're not really in a strong support group, as in fostering circles or adoptive circles. Then you do become isolated, and it does have this emotional impact on you, and it does affect your emotional health and your mental health. It's a very difficult situation to be in, but I think it's a situation that a lot of people are in and will continue to do no matter what, because of their belief in family.
It was absolutely awful at first, and it was a very depressing time, actually, because I couldn't get a job, and I was living on job seekers allowance, which at the time was about £53 a week.
Just suddenly living on benefit and having to pay for everything, and school uniform and food, and having another mouth to feed, and it's a huge responsibility, and the biggest hurdle was being able to afford it all. And also sorting out paperwork, like sorting out getting benefit and finding out how to get housing benefit or how to get a residency order, and especially when you're grieving and you've suddenly got a huge responsibility, and then you've got all this paperwork and all the different benefit office and are going, oh, you need this and you need that, and you're just like, I don't even want to deal with any of this right now, but you have to, otherwise you're not going to get any money,
You do need to share, and you do need to understand how these children are feeling because of the way life has treated them, and the impact that brings to the new families.
If my grandma hadn't have been there, I think I probably would have been put into care. I don't know who would have stepped up to play the role. I don't know.
I could never have let her go. I could never have let her go. And I'm so glad now that I didn't.